All right, we did a double change out this morning. And these guys started at about 5 after 7, so there's no way I was gonna beat them over here and get any before footage. But let's see if we can take a look at the job here. I remember they were all Goodmans. Yep, there were 2 Goodmans that came out, a 2-ton and a 3-ton. Both of them gas furnaces and coils. So we went back with a 2.5-ton and a 3-ton in the place of them. They had the upstairs undersized by 1/2 ton in my opinion. Looks like they flipped and rolled these on the way down the hill. Maybe that's just the pads that were sitting on top of them and a little mud on them that way, but it's all junk, no good. Both of them leak Freon, so let's go take a look at what they did. All right, so we did go up to 16 S.E.E.R, which meant we used the variable speed 2-stage heating variable speed furnace. So that's the XV80. This one already had a 17-inch wide furnace and coil in it, so we kept the ductboard plenum, and it's still a little tacky, but it's not wet. Just resealed it well, and I don't have a problem with that. I would never purchase or fabricate or install ductboard on my own, but you know, since it was already here, we went ahead and reused it since it fit perfectly. Then over here on this one, the unit was a lot smaller. They had that 2-ton over here. This is the top floor, and it was 15.5 wide, so the ductboard plenum was too small. So we went ahead and put a lined one in place, and then right here we installed inside of this, there is a rigid elbow. So we took a lot of kink out that was right here that just it didn't flow very well. It couldn't have. I think that's a 10 going to the other side, and this is a 14, and they have a relatively long trunk line feeding everything on that side of the house. So that's the changes we made, was we put a rigid elbow in here, and we changed the supply plenum so that it would fit the coil and get all of the airflow. Now you can see that we added the new piece of line set so that we could extend this a few feet, because right over here where it comes across, and that's it right there, coming across here, this was actually down as low as this, so when you came in the door you had to duck under this line, so that's why we added a few feet to it. So we did make that change as well. Other than that, it was just a straight change out. The pans were good, so we kept the pans. We did put new float switches in, but we just kept the drain pans, and they're piped exactly like they were. So I'm happy with it. Everything's okay, and we're going to go take a look at the controls and the outside units right quick. So let's go take a look at the controls and the outside units. Okay, here's the top floor, and we've got 824s on them. And this customer is a software salesman or a software developing company. So I'm pretty sure he can handle his setup for his internet and his Nexia and weather app and all that. So we just got it running, and we're going to leave it like this and let him take it from here. And let's go make sure the bottom one looks good too. Okay, there's our other 824. And so that should be good. And Told the customer I didn't know if I could come over and watch any games or anything. I wasn't sure if his TV was big enough. I think that falls into the category of you see a little bit of everything out here. Okay, and they did put the 16 SEER units in, like I said, and that's why we have the variable speed 2-stage furnaces. Now these are just single stage 16 SEER units, but without the variable speed blower in the furnaces, you will not get the actual 16 SEER out of the matchup. So both of these will actually print a AHRI certificate if ever needed. They're both running, as you can see, and pretty quiet for standard single stage systems. I mean, there's no sound jackets on these. See the black compressor in that one. See the black compressor in that one. They're both bare. So all I'm doing is waiting on water to come out of these drain pipes, and it looks like one of them goes in there. I'm not sure where the other one is. So I'll have to figure that out. Just make sure the water's traveling before I leave. But comes out somewhere in the bushes here. There's the end of it up there. So we're going to do that before we go anywhere. Yeah, there's where it is. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to tell. We may just pop it out up here for a minute. And I did notice in the attic they had one. And it's draining, but they had one pipe and tied both primaries to it. I'm not crazy about that, but that's okay. If we get one clogged and the other one's still flowing, it'll just fool us a little bit from out here. But I guess we're okay for now. So, these are all water heater pipes here. Everything looks good here to me. Let's go to the next one. Thanks for watching.